Hey, I usually put this part at the end of these videos, but I want to put them first for the people who don't stick around to the very end. You're going to be seeing a lot of solos on YouTube, a lot of one-shots on YouTube. I'm going to upload some of them as well. I spent an entire stream trying to get 3 of them. These fights are very, very hard, and items exist for a reason. Itemless runs are super duper fun, but do not be discouraged if you have to use a couple of items to go through. I use revives on the Mystic objective for Overseer, and I use revives on the Psychic shielding objective for Hercules. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it whatsoever. And I can promise you that all of the solos that you see on YouTube usually take more than 1 attempt to happen. So just keep this little message in mind as you have your items sitting in the overflow as you make your way through this fight. Alright, what is going on, my dudes? We are back here today with the 4th top 10 list for this cycle of Eternity of Pain, which is Anger. The objectives this week were Tech, Control Counter, and A-Force. I believe A-Force was the Paragon one. I'm not 1,000,000% sure, but A-Force only has like 5 or 6 champions in it, so I think that's the Paragon one. If not, sorry. But this was probably my favorite fight of the 4 of this cycle. I really had a really fun time doing this fight. This is the first time making the list that I didn't have 10 possible solos here. Now, for these 1 to 2 revives here, I do think that it is possible to solo with the champions that I listed for 10 through 7. However, I feel like it's going to be really hard, and it's probably going to require willpower off, which is something that it's like, you know, hey man, just, I don't know, just pop a free 20% revive and it's all Gucci, you know. But I don't know. Let's jump into it today, man. Starting with number 10, and number 10 is a really interesting one, man, and you're going to be really surprised by it, but it's actually going to be freaking Airwalker, dude. Unramped Airwalker. Now, first and foremost, most people don't have Airwalker ranked up. Mine is ranked 3, so I gave him a shot. First try, I got him down to 60% health. He fits the control counter objective. 60% health, man, that's 40% off. That's looking like 1 to 2 revives to me. Let's put him on the list, man. This is probably the only time you're ever going to see Airwalker on like a top 10 counters list for a single fight, because this dude really needs to be ramped up. However, man, what's so interesting about this Warlock is that he has both Power Shield and Crit Me with your best shot. Now, for Warlock, really interesting, you can't crit him at all if he has an armor up buff. So you need a champion who can either nullify his armor up buff or remove it in some way, or armor break him. Now, you get guaranteed critical hits when you intercept, so your special attacks for Power Shield can all be guaranteed critical for Crit Me with your best shot. However, it won't crit if you don't have an armor break. Now, Airwalker has an armor break on his special 1 and his special 2, so he's good for it. He can do it. You know, there just aren't too many champions who can do it this time, and he's one of them. So he's got to go on the list, man. Up next, Null. You know what, Null, you know, apparently someone told me that Null could do it really well with a Cosmic Power Boost, but this list is for without the Power Boost, right? So if you're using boosts, man, I do think that all the champions here could solo, but this list is really for, like, not boosts. You know what I mean? This is for, like, hey, this is trying to complete the objectives. Like, Cosmic Ghost Rider can do it in like 25 seconds. He always can, but he fits 0 objectives. So I'm not going to put him on the list in the top 3 every time just because he can nuke it. You get no objectives for it. It's fun to do, but you got to do 3 more fights then if you want the objectives. If you're just looking for completion, yeah, use CGR like every single week, all the time for everything. But if you're doing this fight, I do recommend you do the objectives. All right, moving on, we have Captain Marvel movie, and I put untested here because I have all the other champions on the list ranked up, and I tried my rank 1 Captain Marvel movie, and she was okay, but the power burning and the power draining that happens when you place an armor break on him, it was messing with her rotation a little bit for me. So is it possible that a rank 3 Captain Marvel movie could solo this? I think it's possible, but I feel like 1 or so revive is probably a little bit more realistic just because of the nature of the fight. Because with the cleanse passive, he's probably going to shrug off the stun after the special 2 as well, and your power will be draining the entire time unless you turn willpower off also. So I don't know. Can it be done? Possibly. I'm very interested to see if she can. Up next, we have Howard the Duck, man, fulfilling 2 objectives, tech and control counter. And I got him down to like 60%, give or take, right? With Howard the Duck, 1 special 2, when it lined up properly, was doing about 20% health. So, could he do it? I think so. If you take willpower off, I do think that he'll have a better time with it. But the way that this node works is that he gets a cleanse passive like every like 8 seconds or so. And then when you place a debuff on him, it's going to just naturally power drain you. So even if willpower is off, you're going to be just like losing health over time by using Howard that way, because you have to keep placing the armor break with the heavy attack. So just keep in mind that Howard just will be losing health. So is it possible to solo? I'd say it's possible. His special 2 definitely hits hard when he's ramped up with the Furies. However, the only thing is just that like to do so, you're going to have to take the degen damage. So I do think like 1 or 2 revives for Howard is a fair estimate there. Is it possible to solo? Maybe, but I do think it's a bit unrealistic. I would be very interested to see. A few people have rank 4 Howards. I would love to see a solo from them. It'd be really, really cool. I love Howard. I think he's decent for the fight. And I think he's a good way to go. If you're planning on, if you don't care about soloing, dude, I feel like Howard should be a top option for you because he fits 2 objectives in 1, and he's definitely decent for the fight. All right, up next, we're moving on to champions who have been proven to solo. And we have 5-star OG Scarlet Witch, who I actually used for my A-Force. She was the only one I had ranked up who's good for the fight. And she was fun, man. It was a lot of RNG, but basically when she crits, she gets like her buffs and debuffs and stuff. So when you intercept, you get guaranteed crits, and she nullifies his armor break buff and gets really, really big special 2s. Very fun, very satisfying. If you put on a mystic boost, you're probably going to have like a really good time with Scarlet Witch, dude. I did it without the boosts, willpower on, by the way. So yeah, she's definitely good. Up next, Symbiote Supreme. He's really good for it. A bunch of people have already uploaded solos of it. So yeah, go check out their videos if you want to see the strategy. I'm not a Symbiote Supreme expert, but I tried it and I got him down to like 70-ish% on my one and only attempt, and then I got intercepted and died, and then I switched to another champion, but he's definitely good for the fight. Up next is the champion I used for control counter, and that is the Hood. Really, really good for the fight. Allows you to get the easy intercepts with the invisibility. You can just spam those special 2s, right? If he's awakened, you can steal the power. Really good for it. Really solid damage on the special 2. The Fate Seal nullifies the armor break, which is really, really huge. Or I guess it seals it away. I don't know, whatever it does. It's technically not a nullify. But yeah, the Hood, really, really good for the fight if you haven't ranked up. Amazing option for control counter. Probably my personal favorite option for control counter. But an easier one is going to be Venompool. Longer, but easier. Venompool, dude, I believe he's the only champion that fits the objectives that can do it, that avoids the power burn, which is huge because you can parry and reparry, and you can just not worry about the infection, and you also have so many buffs that you don't have to worry about it. And what you do is you just cycle special 1, and you're going to keep eating or nomming his armor up buff, and that's going to continually let you regenerate. And you're never going to have the infection on you because of all your buffs. And also, it's just going to be very sustainable, so if you mess up, you're going to regen again. I got him down to like 75% with my rank 1 Venompool in about 100 hits or so. Maybe it was like 80% and like 150 hits, something like that. But a rank 3 Venompool could very easily do this fight, like very, very easily. Just spam special 1 in the corner, bait his special 1, bait his special 2. It really doesn't matter however you want to go about doing it. Just get an intercept off before you use your special 1, and you're going to be straight chilling, man. Up next, though, I put Warlock in at number 2, and honestly, these probably should be switched, but it really doesn't matter. You know what? Let's switch it. We switched it. All right, Warlock is really, really good for the fight. It's just that he doesn't have that natural immunity to everything like Venompool does. That's the only reason why I swapped. But Warlock is great because here's the thing. If you take willpower off, right, you can avoid a lot of the degen from the special 2 and the special 1 when you're not placing a debuff. But Warlock is a robot, so you don't have to worry about that much, so you can just freely bait the special 1 and the special 2 from Warlock without having to worry about anything. He's the only tech champion who has like a very easy path to doing so. Basically, just get off and intercept before your special 2. With a rank 3 Warlock without suicides, I believe I was doing about 20 to 25% damage on each special 2. I got it done on my first try. I messed up right away, fell down to 50% health, and I still soloed. So Warlock is he's very easy for the fight compared to other options in the tech class. It's not an easy fight, but he is definitely the best option for tech, I do believe. All right. Venompool a little bit higher, though. Number 1, man. Holy crap. Sigil Witch is so nuts for this fight. I think Suida uploaded a 37-second solo. I was going to put Sigil Witch at like 5 or 6 near OG Witch before I saw that video, dude. When he told me he did it in 37 seconds, I was assuming that he was using like Mystic boosts and was running suicides and other stuff like that. He literally just got to a special 2, intercepted, built up some buffs, and just nuked him with 1 special attack. So Sigil Witch fills the A-Force objective. That's just for Paragon, so you might not have that one. I do think it's just for Paragon. But dude, Sigil Witch, really, really good for the fight. This is my top 10 list for Warlock. It's a bit an interesting one, especially 10 through 7. Again, if you take off willpower, Howard is going to have a better time. So is Captain Marvel movie. Airwalker is, you know, he's not the best unramped, so I feel like even without willpower, he might struggle a bit, but maybe he could potentially solo. Null with boosts, I think, good. The issue with Null is that if you do a medium attack while he has the cleanse passive up, your power is burned, you lose health, and you lose power. So it's just an uphill battle with Null. But like I said, with Cosmic Boost, the special 2 hits really, really hard, and you're going to be getting a lot of power back. But that is it for Eternity of Pain week 4. This was personally my favorite week of the cycle. It was really, really fun finding the proper counter and the proper strategies to do so. One thing I do recommend, no matter who you're using, is to bait out his special attacks when infection is not on you. That is going to be like when it's at like 17, 18, 19, something like that. That's going to be the best way to go about doing it. If you are having a hard time with the degen, turn off willpower. It'll cost you a few units to do so, but it will be cheaper than using a bunch of revives. So keep that in mind. That's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop your boy a big old like. Let me know what you think about this Warlock fight in the comment section below, and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos just like this coming to you very soon. I'll be seeing you around, man.